Hello, hello, hello. Good morning and welcome. You are on the mountain with Rick, and it is time for some Splinterlands. But first, coffee. Mm. Oh, yeah, that's delicious. Now, gotta find this daggum Land 1.5 white paper. I know it's been linked all over this motherfucker the last couple of days. Where the hell is it? Dang, all this goodness being handed out almost to March. Who is actually believing that Bitcoin's going to be a million in 90 days? No, I don't think that's very likely. Is it Darkest Night? No. What's good, Crazy Chicken? How are you doing today? Long time no see. Where is. Guild Tournament? I don't care. I just want the land white paper. Oh, music has died. All right, there we go. That's a little better. Okay. This is fucking. Well, your link to the English version doesn't fucking work. Alright, what the fuck? Alright, let's there we go. Alrighty, now we can close this shit. And hop back into battle. Alright, we got 58 mana, back to basics, broken arrows up to 11, no fire, no earth. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Yeah, my stuff's a lot tankier, so we should have this. Alrighty, victory there. Gets us halfway through our second chest, halfway to our third. Alright, we got up to 11, weak magic, Rise of the Commons, 47 mana, fire, water, dragon. Means no Waka for our opponent. He's probably going to bust out that Jotun, though. That Jotun is really not good for us. But we can go... Oh shit, no legendaries, okay. And no epics, so I don't even have... Oh, God damn it. I don't have any taunt. Life, no. Red, no. Dragon, no. I literally have no taunt. Oh, fucking no bueno. Okay. Alright, well, we are going to run you. We are going to run you in second. Alchemist up front. You know, maybe we don't even run Alchemist. Maybe we just run Sea Monster there. Prismatic Energy there. %100% knew that blast was coming. Oh, thank you for that miss. We got this now. Hey, we actually started off with 3 wins in a row. What? Nice. Boom, doom, doom, boom, doom, 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 boom, doom, doom. Ferocity, equal opportunity, and noxious fumes. 43 mana. No earth, no life. Usher is 6. Means we need a Void Dragon. Oh, Void Dragon's 9. Fuck. Okay. Damn it, I don't have a cleanse. Wow, with the missing. God fucking damn it. My accuracy today has been fucking bullshit. Like, even more so than usual. Healed out, counterspell, earthquake, 16 mana. Alright, watch me not dodge a single attack again. Wow! Holy shit! Fucking called it. Bullshit! Fastest monster on the board, 100% accuracy. Beautiful. Fucking love it. What doesn't kill you? Heavy hitters, equalizer, 49 mana. Fuck do I even fucking bother? Fucking ridiculous. Oh my fucking god, with the bullshit misses again. Let's fucking go! Fuck's sakes! God damn! Fucking win 3 in a row, so I'm gonna lose the next fucking what, 28? Fucking bullshit. All right, with the fucking misses, here we go again. Woo! All right, contact. Amazing what happens when we actually fucking connect. Close range, aim true, odd ones out, 60 mana, earth death only. Oh, never mind. We don't need Lob if we can't play Quora. So yeah, we'll go Lux. Wow, with the 100% accuracy on the fucking Coral Lurker. Again, fastest monster on the board. Doesn't fucking matter. Everybody hits. Guess it just doesn't matter how bullshit it is. It's gotta be the case, huh? Alright, fuck this shit. Let's look at The Secret of Praetoria. Alrighty. The highly anticipated expansion of the popular Splinterlands blockchain-based trading card game, The Secret of Praetoria, is finally nearing the first stages of playability after years of design and development. Claim your land NFTs, construct buildings, harvest resources, and ultimately produce new types of cards that can be created exclusively by landowners, which can be used in the Splinterlands battles or sold or rented to other players. Following the fall of the Vale surrounding Praetoria, the kingdoms, empires, nations, and peoples of the Splinterlands sailed forth to claim this newly discovered land as their own. Battle mages from across the Splinterlands have staked their claims as well. Soon, they will be able to settle this dangerous new land, extract its precious resources, and unlock the secret rumored to lie within. Praetoria consists of 150 distinct player-owned land regions, which each consist of 1,000 land plots. This leads to a total of 150,000 player-owned land plots in total. Those land plots are organized into 10 different tracts within each region, and the regions are grouped into 7 different territories of between 20 and 22 regions each. This, of course, would be the map of Pretoria. Ownership of the player-owned land plots is signified by a land deed. Each land deed is a non-fungible token, or NFT, maintained by the Splinterlands game platform and recorded on the Hive blockchain. These deeds can be transferred, bought, sold, and traded between players, and may also be able to be bridged to other platforms to be traded there. Land deeds can also be obtained by purchasing them from other players or claiming them using land claim tokens. Please see the claiming section for more details. Each land deed NFT will be differentiated not just by a unique ID, but also by various different attributes of the land that it represents. First and foremost is the location of the land within Pretoria. This location consists of the following attributes: territory, region, tract, and plot. Land deeds can also be in an unsurveyed or surveyed state. In an unsurveyed state, only the location information is known about the land plot. Soon, players will be able to send out exploration parties to the location of their land plots to survey them, which will unlock much more detailed information about the land. Once a land plot is surveyed, then the deed NFT will be updated into a surveyed state, and all of the additional information about the land plot it represents will be shown. Please see the surveying section for more details about this process and the additional information it unlocks. To explore the lore behind each of Pretoria's territories and its inhabitants, visit the lore page. Many years ago, the kingdoms, empires, nations, and peoples of the Splinterlands set sail for the newly revealed continent of Pretoria in search of glory and riches. Among them were 3 bold and intrepid exploration companies that sold claims to the land they would discover in order to fund their extremely costly and dangerous expeditions. This allowed players the opportunity to purchase 3 different types of claim tokens: plot, tract, and region. Plot tokens are a claim to a single plot of land. Tract tokens are a claim to 100 plots of land that are guaranteed to be together within the same tract. And region tokens are a claim to 1,000 land plots, all guaranteed to be together in a single one of the 150 player-owned regions in Pretoria. These tokens are transferable cryptocurrency tokens managed by the Splinterlands game platform and recorded on the Hive blockchain. They have been traded, bought, and sold over the past couple of years on various different platforms, with some selling for extraordinary sums of money. I have seen 4-digit land sales happen. Much time has passed since those initial expeditions. During the intervening years, the exploration company successfully mapped 150 regions of land scattered across Pretoria, dividing them into tracts and plots. Thus, in December 2022, players were able to redeem their claim tokens for unsurveyed land deeds. Land claiming process. Claiming land in Pretoria requires you to convert your existing region, tract, or plot tokens into unsurveyed deeds. Claiming a region will yield 1,000 consecutive plots all contained in a single region. Claiming a tract will yield 100 consecutive plots all contained in a single tract. And claiming a plot will, of course, claim a single plot. Land claim redemption will start with region 001 in the pristine northwest region of the map and will continue in consecutive order with region 2 next, then 3 through region 150. When a region token is redeemed, the algorithm will find the first completely empty region, one where no tracts or plots have been claimed, and mark it as claimed, generating 1,000 deeds in the process. When a tract token is redeemed, the algorithm will do a similar operation, but instead find the first completely empty tract, marking all 100 plots claimed and generating deeds for them. Finally, when a plot token is redeemed, then the algorithm will find and assign a deed for the first available plot. Multiples of the same type of token may be redeemed in a single transaction. For example, if a player claims 50 plot tokens in a single transaction, then the next 50 available plot deeds will be assigned to them. If there are 50 plots available in the same tract and region, then the player's plots will all be together. However, if only 20 plots are left in the first region, then the first 20 deeds will be there, and the next 30 will be in the next available region, which may be many regions away depending on how many regions have been claimed in full via region token redemptions. The land claim redemption screen will indicate which region, tract, and plot are the next available for claiming. This will help players anticipate where their claims will be on the map before they are redeemed. However, it is not guaranteed, as many players may submit redemptions at the same time, and they will be processed in the order that they appear on the blockchain. The exploration companies are preparing to launch expeditions deep into the wilds of Pretoria and survey the land. Soon, battle mages will discover more details about the plots they own. Players holding plot, tract, or region tokens will first need to redeem those tokens for unsurveyed land deed NFTs, which they can convert into surveyed land deed NFTs through the surveying process. It is expected that, by the end of Q1 2023, a player-owned land will be able to be surveyed, revealing the following information about each land plot and updating the attributes and visual representation of the land deed accordingly. Each plot of land will be one of the 14 different terrain types listed below. This terrain type will determine which elements of worker cards gain bonuses or penalties to production on that plot, and what type of natural or magical resources may be present. Badlands, bog, caldera, canyon, desert, forest, hills, jungle, lake, mountain, plains, river, swamp, tundra. Give you one guess which one it is that I'm after. No, I don't own any plots. Yes, I do want a plot. I want a few, but each plot will also be one of the 4 rarities: common, rare, epic, or legendary, with the exception of the plots containing a castle or keep. More details on that below. The higher the rarity of the plot, the more resources it contains, and the higher the production rate of worker cards on that plot when producing resources. Resource type. Each plot will also have one of 3 different resource types: natural, magical, or occupied. In Phase 1.5, the different types of resources will not yet be available, so each of these types of plots will be able to produce the same resources. However, magical and occupied plots will receive special bonuses. Please see the magical and occupied land section for more details. Castles and keeps. Exactly 1 plot within each tract of 100 plots, 10 per region, will contain either a castle or a keep building. Unlike other buildings, these buildings do not need to be constructed by the player and will be already present on the land plots that contain them upon surveying. 9 out of the 10 plots in each region will contain a keep, and 1 out of the 10 plots will contain a castle. These special buildings act as the hubs for commerce and magic within each region and tract, and their owners will be able to collect various taxes and fees from the production and other activity that occurs within the rest of the tract and region. For more details about how castle and keep buildings will work in Phase 1.5, please see the Castles and Keep section of this document. But first, starter packages. When surveying land deeds, players will have the option to purchase 3 starter packages for each land deed they are surveying. These packages will provide significant boosts for the players who purchase them when the future phases of the Secrets of Pretoria game are released. Each package can be purchased by burning 10,000 DEC or DECB tokens as part of the land deed survey operation. One of each of these 3 packages can be purchased for each land deed at the time of survey. It will not be possible to go back and purchase these packages for a land deed after it has been surveyed, so players will need to decide which packages they would like to purchase when they are surveying their deeds. Additionally, these packages will only be available for purchase for 60 days after the date that the land surveying is released. After those 60 days, players may still survey their unsurveyed deeds, however the starter packages will no longer be available for purchase. The Building in a Box package allows the purchaser to begin construction of a level 1 building on a single land plot without having to pay any DEC or other resources, which would normally be required to begin construction of a building. This will only be applicable in Phase 2, as Phase 1.5 will not include any building constructions. The Building Box The Building in a Box package will additionally include a free power source, which will be able to be used in Phase 1.5. For more information, please see the Power Sources section of this document. Please note that it will still take the normal amount of time for construction of the Level 1 building to be completed, and worker cards will still be needed to be staked on the land plot in order to perform the construction. got in the giveaway, sorry. Okay. Please note that we'll still just read that. The package simply eliminates the resource cost needed to begin the upgrade. For some context, we plan that even a level 1 building will be a significant boost to resource production as compared to having no buildings constructed, and as a result, resource production will be quite slow initially when Land Phase 2 is first released, since no buildings would have been constructed yet. Based on this, we expect that being able to immediately begin construction of level 1 buildings will provide a significant head start over players who have to wait until they are able to harvest enough resources to begin construction. Without the building in a box package, players will need to wait until enough wood, stone, and other resources are harvested and possibly refined, which will be quite slow on plots without any buildings, and those resources will be very expensive to purchase on the markets if they are even available at all. This package will be linked to the land deed for which it was purchased, and the decision to purchase the package for a particular deed will happen before the deed is surveyed. It will only be able to be used on the land plot associated with that land deed, and it cannot be transferred or sold separately from the land deed. If the land deed is transferred or sold, the building in a box package will remain linked to it and may be used on that land plot by the new owner. Please note that this package will still be able to be used even if the land plot has a castle or keep on it. In that case, the power source will still be able to be used in Phase 1.5, and the free building will apply on the first level upgrade of the castle or keep building in Phase 2. Oh, damn, that makes it a lot more valuable for those plots. I was kind of wondering how that was going to work, because castles and keeps mean no other buildings on those plots, but being a first level upgrade, that's going to be huge. The Time Vault package will offer purchasers 150 Time Crystal tokens as well as 15,000 Grain tokens. While initially it was planned for the Time Crystals to speed up construction projects by a fixed amount of time, we later realized that this didn't make sense due to the fact that construction time varies considerably based on the production output of the worker cards on the plot. Therefore, instead of spending the projects by a fixed amount of time, each Time Crystal token will instead reduce the amount of production points necessary for a construction project to be completed by 10,000. The only construction project available in Phase 1.5 will be clearing land plots, and the Time Crystals can be used to speed up that process, or they can be saved for Phase 2 when many other construction projects will be available. Time Crystals will also be available for purchase by burning 100 DEC or DEC Beach, which means that the 150 Time Crystals offered in this package will have a base value of 15,000 DEC. For more information on the Time Crystals, please see the Time Crystal section of this document, and for more information about the clearing land plots, please see the clearing plot section of the document. In addition to a power source, manifestations summoned through the use of cards will also need a supply of grain to remain corporeal and work on construction projects or produce resources. This package will also provide purchasers with 15,000 grain in addition to the 150 time crystals mentioned above. When Phase 1.5 is first released, players will not have any grain tokens and will need to purchase them from local merchants at a price of 1 DEC or DECB each in order to clear their land plots and begin resource production. For more information about grain, please see the food section of this document. Players who purchase the Time Vault package will already have grain available to begin production immediately without purchasing them. At the 1 DEC price, this value of this perk is also 15,000 DEC, bringing the total value of the Time Vault package to 30,000 DEC for a total cost of only 10,000 DEC. Finally, please note that, unlike the other two starter packages, the Time Crystals and Grain tokens from the Time Vault package will be fully transferable tokens that will be added to the player's account for each package purchased. This means that they are not bound to a specific land plot and can be bought, sold, and traded at any time and separately from the land deeds. Third offer is the Unstable Totem. This package offers a temporary totem that will double the production rate of any land plot for a period of 30 days. These unstable totems will become active immediately when Land Phase 2 is released and expire 30 days afterwards, so they cannot be saved and used later on. This package will not be able to be used in Phase 1.5. Similar to the Building in a Box package, the Unstable Totem package has the potential to provide a large head start for players who purchase them in the first month of the Land Phase 2 release, which is the time when resources will be the most scarce and will likely have the most demand. This package will be linked to the land deed for which it was purchased, and the decision to purchase the package for a particular deed will happen before the deed is surveyed. It will only be able to be used on the land plot associated with that land deed and cannot be transferred or sold separately from the land deed. If the land deed is transferred or sold, the unstable totem package will remain linked to it and may be used on that land plot by the new owner. Phase 1.5 Initial Specification. The Splinterlands team is extremely excited to present the initial plan for Phase 1.5 of the heavily anticipated land expansion entitled The Secret of Pretoria. By adding a release in between Phase 1, land surveying, and Phase 2, building and resources, we can allow players to start utilizing their land, begin to get the benefits of massively increased utility for cards and DEC, and playtest some of the core systems and mechanics before the release of the full second phase. We are currently hoping to release Phase 1.5, including everything in this document, before the end of the second quarter of this year. However, this is quite a large undertaking, so it is possible that it slips into Q3. We will do our best to keep the community updated on the progress as often as possible. The goal for Phase 1.5 is to build and release certain parts of the system that will eventually become part of the full Phase 2 release, including card staking, DEC staking, and some initial resource production. Please keep in mind that this is simply the initial plan and that everything is subject to change from what is specified here, both in Phase 1.5 and in the future phases, including all of the mechanics, resources, names, numbers, etc. as we work through the development and playtesting. Staking cards. Manifestations summoned through the use of Splinterlands cards will be the land workers that construct buildings and produce resources. In Phase 1.5, a maximum of 5 cards will be able to be assigned to each land plot as workers unless otherwise specified, and certain cards will be more or less productive than other cards. See the production point section for more details. With the land expansion, we will be introducing the concept of staking cards and other NFTs. This is separate but related to the locking feature that already exists for cards in the game. In order to stake cards, they must first be locked, with the exception of soulbound cards, which are effectively locked. Once they are locked or soulbound, they will be able to be staked onto a particular plot of land. At this point, those cards will no longer be able to be delegated, rented, unlocked, or used in battles until they are unstaked from their land plot. Staking cards to a land plot will take effect immediately. However, when cards are removed from a land plot, it will take 3 days before the card becomes available to be unlocked, delegated, rented, used in battles, or reassigned again to another land plot. Cards will stop producing on land immediately when they are unstaked, so they will not contribute during the 3-day unstaking process, and new cards can be put in their spot immediately as well. Power sources. In the arena, battle mages channel mana to summon and maintain manifestations through the use of battle cards. On land, however, the battle mage cannot constantly be present to ensure the manifestations receive the necessary power to fuel their existence. Thus, a power source is necessary to keep the manifested workers in physical form and capable of working while the battle mage is away. One power source will be needed for each plot on which workers are assigned, and in Phase 1.5, power sources will be available to be purchased by burning 5,000 DEC or DECB tokens. Power sources will be available to use immediately after purchase. A power source will be an additional perk included with the building in a box land starter package that will be available for purchase while surveying land deeds, so any plots for which that package has been purchased will come with a power source already on it, and one will not need to be purchased separately. Additionally, the Rooney core that is present in all Rooney cards can also act as a power source, so any plot that has a Rooney on it as one of the workers will not need a separate power source. If a plot has both a Rooney and a power source, then it will allow for a 6th card to work on the plot. For more information about the many benefits that a Rooney can provide on land, please see the Rooney section of the document. A power source is necessary to maintain the manifestations summoned through the use of cards. It can be thought of as a type of generator, and like all generators, it needs fuel in order to function. In this case, the fuel will be DEC. However, the fuel will not be burned. Instead, it just has to be available for the power stone to use. In other words, it needs to be staked. Please note that only DEC tokens may be staked and not DECB. DECB may only be used in places where DEC is spent and burned. The amount of DEC that is necessary to be staked in order to power the worker cards will be 10k per max level card. Cards that are below max level will require less staked DEC to power in proportion to their BCX as compared to the max BCX for that type of card. For example, 200 BCX Chaos Legion common card will require 5k DEC to be staked, since it has half of the max BCX for that type of card, which is 400. Similarly, a 3 BCX Gold Foil Beta Legendary card will require 7.5 to be staked, since it has 3/4 of the max BEC X for that type of card. Please note that overcombined cards will not require extra DEC to be staked, nor will they provide extra production. The foil rarity or addition of the card will not affect the amount of DEC that is needed to be staked in order to power them, even though those attributes may provide significant production bonuses. DEC can be staked and unstaked at any time, and both operations take effect instantly. DEC staking is handled on a region basis for each player, so you do not need to manage your DEC for each individual plot separately for plots within the same region. Please note, however, that each player who has plots within a region will need to stake their own DEC in that region, and their staked DEC will only affect their plots and not plots owned by other players in the region. When harvesting, the amount of DEC staked in the region will be compared with the total amount needed based on the worker cards of each plot the current player controls in that region during the period since the last harvest. If not enough DEC is staked in the region, then the production of all resources from all plots owned by the current player in the region will be reduced accordingly. For example, if a player has 10 plots within a region and they have 5 max level cards on each plot, then they would require at least 500,000 DEC to be staked in that total region. If that player only has 400k staked, then their production output on all plots within the region would be 80%. Please note that staking or unstaking DEC in a region will trigger a harvest for all of the player's land posts within that plots within that region. Please see the harvesting section for more details. The amount of time it takes to produce resources, construct buildings, or do nearly anything else within Pretoria will be determined using a system of production points. Resource production, building construction, upgrades, etc. will all require a certain amount of production points to complete, and the cards working on a land will contribute a certain amount of PP per hour. The following table shows the PP per hour generated by cards of each rarity and foil. The base amount of PP used for these calculations is for a max level card, and the lower level cards will contribute less proportionally based on their BCX as compared to the max BCX for that type of card. For example, a 100 BCX Chaos Legion common card will contribute 250 base PP per hour because it has 1/4 of each of the 1/4 of the max BCX for that type of card, blah blah blah. The older editions will also provide a multiplier to the numbers in the above table, giving them significantly higher PP contributions than the newer cards, since one of the main purposes of the land expansion is to provide additional utility and value to the older, more rare cards. The multiplier for each edition is shown in the table below. So Alpha's 10x, Beta's 5x, Untamed is 2x. The details on the amount of PP provided by each card on each land plot will be clearly shown in the game UI, so the players do not need to do these calculations on their own, can experiment with different card combinations, and easily see the resulting impact on production. When assigning cards to land plots, it is important to keep in mind that certain elements receive production bonuses on certain terrain types and receive production penalties on other terrain types. Neutral cards can work on any terrain type without any production bonuses or penalties. The list of the 14 different terrain types and the bonus or penalty that cards of each element receive is shown below. If no bonus or penalty is specified for a terrain type and element combination, it means that cards of that element can still work there and will produce at a normal rate. Please note that these production bonuses or penalties will apply to the base production of each card. Oh wow, those penalties are harsh. You get 5 and 10% bonuses, and you get 50% penalties. Okay, I guess there are some 10% penalties as well. Okay, so it's either 5 and 10 or 10 and 50, it looks like. That's, yeah, that's gnarly. The following items or land features will provide additional boosts to the production points contributed by each of the individual cards on a plot. These boosts will be additive and will apply to the total base production of the cards working on the plot on which the boost is placed. Please note that, unless otherwise specified, production boosts only count towards resource production and not towards things like clearing plots or building construction and upgrades. Higher rarity land plots give the following boost to the base production of the plot. Please note that land rarity boosts only apply to resource harvesting and not to construction, so they will boost the production of things like grain farming, but they will not boost production for clearing the plot. The chances of receiving each rarity of land plot when surveying and the production boost it will provide are shown on the following table. 75, 24, and 1. Legendary has a 100% production boost. Okay. Plots with magical resources and plots that are occupied by enemies will grant special boosts in land phase 1.5 since there will be no magical resources or essences available in the game at this phase. These types of land plots will also take much longer to clear and prepare for use, and will have some additional benefits around things like discovering new totem fragments. More on both of these things below. The following table shows the chances of receiving a magical or occupied plot when surveying land, as well as the boost to specific types of resource production that magical and occupied land plots will provide. Rooney count as normal max level legendary cards for the base production points, but only one Rooney card can be used on each land plot, and they provide a number of additional benefits to the plot, which are listed below. These boosts should provide huge amount of additional utility to Rooney, and should help heavily incentivize players to collect multiple Rooney, regardless of their traits and components. Please note that Rooney do not need to be locked in the game since they can't be, but must be staked on the Ethereum blockchain to your Hive account before they can be used on land. Staking them on land will not require any additional Ethereum transactions. Rooney will provide a 100% PP boost to the base production of the entire plot. This is equivalent to a legendary totem and can be combined with a legendary or other rarity totem for even more increased benefits. The Rooney core, the little ball component at the heart of each Rooney, acts as a power source that is able to manifest not only the Rooney, but also up to 4 other cards working with it on the same land plot. As a result, plots that have a Rooney as one of the workers will not need to purchase a power source, and no DEC will need to be staked to power the Rooney or the cards working on the plot. And no DEC will need to be staked. Okay. Plots that have both a power source and a Rooney will be able to have an extra worker card for a max of 6 workers instead of 5, which can provide a significant additional boost to production. Combined Rooney, when available, will act as having multiple max level legendary cards in one card slot and will gain a base production multiplier for each additional Rooney combined into the card. The formula is... Okay, the base PP for each Rooney will be 1,500 for a regular foil, 10,000 for a gold foil, which are the standard rates for regular and gold foil legendaries. The base production and the multiplier will be capped at a combined level of 5. Any more than 5 Rooney combined together will not provide any additional production. Please note that this only applies to the base production of the Rooney and not the production boost, which will remain at 100% for both the single and combined Rooney. Rooney will also give higher chances of finding totem fragments on the land plots which they are working. Please see the totem fragment section for more details. While the primary function of existing in-game titles is cosmetic, they will also be able to be bestowed upon the workers on a land plot. Bestowing a title upon the workers is like promoting them, and it boosts their morale and elevates them above normal workers, which ultimately provides a production boost to the entire plot, similar to a totem. When a title is assigned to a land plot, it cannot be transferred or sold, and it can be assigned or unassigned instantly with no cooldown time. Titles may also still be used as a player cosmetic, even while they are also being used on land. Titles will be split up into 3 rarities and give the following boosts. Only one title will be available to be assigned to a single plot. The Legionnaire and the Watcher are rare, 10%. Gambler and Explorer are epic, 25%. Untamed, Praetorian, High Roller, and custom titles are legendaries and will be 50%. In Phase 1.5, there will be no difference or distinction between totems of the same rarity, though there may be in future phases, and they can be put on land plots to produce the base PP of the workers on that plot. Only one totem may be used per each plot of land, and totems can be assigned to a plot or unassigned from a plot at any time without any cooldown time. Additionally, please note that the unstable totems from the land survey packages, starter packages, will not be able to be used in land phase 1.5. Totem rarity, current quantity, and base production boost will be as follows. Alright, the following will show how to calculate the total PP per hour for an example epic rarity land plot with a rare totem and an untamed title. The workers' cards on that plot and their base PP contribution calculations are: regular foil Rooney, 1500 PP. 1 2BCX beta gold foil legendary, 25,000 PP. 3 max level Chaos Legion regular foil commons, 1000 PP each. These cards provide a total base production rate of 29,500 PP per hour. Next, we apply the boosts, which are additive. In this example, we have the following boosts: Rooney 100%, epic rarity plot 40%, rare totem 25%, untamed title 50%. Therefore, the total boost percentage is 215%, and the total PP boost is... No, this is wrong. Okay, add the base. I was going to say. And the total PP boost is 29,500 times 2.15 equals 63,425. Finally, we add the base production to the boost production to get the total PP contributed by the workers on the plot every hour, just shy of 100k. The following will show how to calculate the total production points per hour for an example common rarity plot with a common totem and no title or other boost. The worker cards on that plot and their base PP calculations are: 5 max level Chaos Legion regular foil rare cards, 1100 PP each. These cards provide a total base production rate of 5500 PP per hour. In this case, the only bonus is 10% from the common totem, which adds 550 PP. So the total PP per hour is 6,050. That's a huge difference. As you can see, there is a huge difference between a land plot with very rare cards like Rooney and Alpha Beta Gold foils, plus other rare boosts such as titles, totems, and higher rarity plots, as compared to plots with more common, cheaper cards, fewer boosts. This is intended as one of the main goals of the land expansion is to provide value and utility to the older edition cards which are no longer allowed in Modern. It is important to keep in mind, though, that there are very, very few of those types of cards and those types of boosts, especially compared to the total number of land plots. Only a few percent of all 150k land plots will be able to have production numbers like those shown in example 1 above, with the vast majority of land plots falling something closer to example 2. Players who have tracts or entire regions of land will likely not have nearly enough older, gold foil, or other rare cards and boosts to fill the majority of them on their plots, and so they will still need hundreds or even thousands of other worker cards to fill them. This is where newer, more common cards like Chaos Legion rewards can provide the best value per dollar and allow players to make the most out of large amounts of land plots. Also, please note that the cards used in the examples are assumed to be working on terrain types on which they receive neither a bonus nor a penalty to their base production rates. In addition to a power source, manifestations summoned through the use of cards will also need food to remain corporeal and contribute production points towards resource production or construction projects. In Phase 1.5, the only food available will be the grain resource. Grain can be obtained by having land workers farm it from a plot, purchasing it from other players on the internal or third-party marketplaces, or purchasing it from local merchants at a price of 1 DEC per grain. This price is purposely much higher than what is expected on the markets and is meant to be either a last resort or a way to get a head start for a higher cost. Workers will consume grain at a rate of 0.01 grain per base production point that they provide per hour. For example, a max level Chaos Legion common card produces 1000 PP per hour, which means it must consume 10 grain per hour. Similarly, a max level Gold Foil Beta Legendary produces 50,000 PP per hour, which means it consumes 500 grain per hour. Production boosts such as land rarity totems, titles, etc. will not affect the grain consumption of the workers. If not enough grain is available when harvesting resources, then additional grain can be auto-purchased from the market or local merchants if enough liquid DEC is available in the player's account based on player-enabled setting. Or the amount of resources harvested will be reduced proportionally based on the amount of grain available as compared to the amount needed. Before any buildings are built or any production can start, land plots first need to be cleared. Clearing the land is a construction project that the worker cards assigned to the land plot will perform just like building construction, and upgrades will be in Phase 2. Plots with castles or keeps will not need to be cleared, and production can begin right away on these plots. And clearing plots, as with all construction projects, will require a certain number of PP to complete. The time required to complete a construction project will simply be the total PP required divided by the PP generated per hour by the worker cards. As a reminder, production boosts do not count towards construction projects, so only the base production of the workers will be counted. Higher rarity land plots and magical occupied plots will require more PP to clear. The number of production points required to clear different types of land plots are shown on the following table. Higher rarities and better plots take more, so we range from 1.5 million up to 18 million. That's pretty stark discrepancy. Using the numbers above in conjunction with the PP contribution examples for different sets of worker cards, we can calculate how long clearing different types of land plots will take with various different worker cards. In the first example, the 5 cards working on the land plot generated 29,500 base PP per hour, so that means that it would take those cards 71 hours to clear an epic natural land plot. 2.1 million PP to clear divided by 29.5 PP per hour equals 71.19 hours. In the second example, the 5 cards working on the land plot generated 5,000 base PP per hour, which means it would take those cards 420 hours, nice, to clear the same epic natural land plot used in the calculation above. 2.1 million PP to clear 5,000 PP per hour, 420 hours. I do feel like they missed an opportunity to fudge these numbers a little bit and drop 2.19 from this somehow within the maths to make that 69. But, you know, that it would have felt kind of forced. But it still would have been good. Once again, the older, rarer cards will clear plots significantly faster than more common, newer cards, and it will be necessary to clear the higher rarity, magical, and occupied land plots in a reasonable amount of time. Please keep in mind that cards can be moved between land plots with a 3-day travel time, so it is possible for a small group of high production cards to be used to clear multiple land plots by moving them around, though it will be much slower than having more of those cards available to clear plots in parallel. Please keep in mind that grain will also be required for workers to be able to clear land plots. Initially, players will need to purchase grain in order to be able to clear their plots, but after some plots have been cleared, then those plots can be used to farm grain in order to allow more plots to be cleared. Alternatively, players may choose to use the time crystal tokens to reduce, either partially or completely, the amount of PP needed to clear their land plot, in which case less or no grain will be needed. Please see the time crystal section for more details. Once a land plot has been cleared, players will be able to assign their workers on the plot one of the 3 different resource production tasks available in Phase 1-5. Each of the 3 different tasks can be performed on any land plot with the exception of plots with a castle or keep on them. Magical and occupied land plots will provide boosts for Secret of Praetoria research and SPS mining tasks respectively, as mentioned earlier in the document. The other tasks can still be performed on those plots just without receiving a boost. Whenever a task is first assigned for a particular land plot, it will take 24 hours for the workers to prepare the area and begin the task. The task being performed can be changed at any time, but it will take another 24 hours before the workers can begin the new task. Changing tasks will trigger a harvest. The first task that can be performed in Phase 1.5 is farming. Farming will produce grain tokens over time, which can then be used to feed workers performing other tasks or sold on the internal or third-party markets. The grain token that will be produced starting in Land Phase 1.5 will be the same token that is planned to be used in Phase 2 and beyond, and will be a critical component of the Praetorian economy. Grain will be produced at a rate of 0.02 per pp per hour. In the first... Okay. So that means that that first plot is 1,858.5 grain tokens every hour. Keep in mind that workers farming grain also need to consume food for themselves, and in this case they will just consume a portion of the food that they farm. The amount of grain consumption is based on the base production rate, not including any boosts. In the above example, the base production rate is 29.5k, which means that workers will consume 295 grain per hour. Then we can factor in the 10% production tax of the 185.85 grain per hour, and we get a total net grain production rate of 1377.65. In the second production points example, the total PP of the plot was 6,050, which means that that plot would produce 121 grain per hour. The base production of the workers was 5,500, which means they would also consume 55 grain per hour. After the 10% tax of 12.1 grain per hour for more, the total net grain production rate will be 53.9 grain per hour. Players may notice that grain is a relatively inefficient food source for the workers, as without significant boosts, the workers consume about half of the grain they produce. This is intentional, and in Phase 2, we plan to introduce the ability to refine grain with essences specific to each element in order to create much more efficient sources of food for the workers. In Phase 1.5, however, the grain will be all that will be available. There will also be no concept of storage in Phase 1.5, so players may accumulate as much grain as they wish in each region. Storage is planned to be introduced in Phase 2. With the release of Land Phase 1.5, the SPS reward pool currently allocated to land will no longer be automatically given out just for holding land as it is currently. Instead, players may choose to task their workers on certain land plots to mining SPS tokens in order to earn from the pool. This will work very similarly to the existing staked SPS rewards. However, instead of the amount of staked SPS determining your percentage of the reward pool that you receive, it will be determined based on the amount of PP you have being put towards mining SPS on your land plots as compared to everyone else who is mining SPS on their land. For example, if a player is producing 1% of the total PP generated by all land plots that are mining SPS during a period of time, then they will receive 1% of the total SPS reward pool for land during that period. The amount received will also be subject to the 10% resource production tax. Players will receive their SPS directly staked to their account anytime that a harvest is performed in any region in which they own land plots that are mining SPS. As a result, the SPS reward pool available for land is 6.25 million per month, reducing at a rate of 1% each month. The land pool began in October of last year, which means that if Land Phase 1.5 is released in June of this year, then the SPS reward pool will begin at roughly 5.77 million SPS per month. Finally, we want to note that the above will be subject to the approval of the staked SPS token holders via a DAO governance vote, as indicated in the original proposal to begin SPS reward payouts for landholders. Last but certainly not least, players will have the option to assign workers the task of researching the secret of Pretoria. Workers assigned to this task will study the mysterious island of Pretoria and work towards unlocking the grand secret which has long been rumored to be hidden there. Unlocking the secret will require a monumental construction project that will be worked on jointly by all landowners in each of the 7 territories that make up Pretoria, and will provide huge benefits, likely including airdrops as well as ongoing benefits, to those who contribute to the project in direct proportion to their level of contribution. The full project will not begin until Land Phase 2 is released, but in the meantime, players can begin the research to get a head start in Phase 1.5. All research contributed in Phase 1.5 will carry over to Phase 2 and beyond and count towards the rewards that each player receives when the secret is eventually unlocked. For every 10,000 PP generated towards the research task, players will receive 1 research token, minus 10%, which will be deducted for taxes. These tokens will be non-transferable, will be associated with the territory in which the research was performed. In Phase 1.5, these tokens will simply accumulate in players' accounts, and once Phase 2 is released, they will be able to be applied towards unlocking the first stages of the Secret of Pretoria construction project in the territory. There are additional benefits to earning resource tokens in 1.5 beyond just getting a head start in Phase 2, however. Players can complete in 1.5 to earn the most research tokens in their territory or overall in order to earn the Magister, Overseer, and Vonarch prefix titles that will be added into the game and which will grant significant benefits in addition to serious bragging rights to their holders. While workers on land will be producing resources constantly over time, the resources will not be made available in a player's account until they are harvested. Harvesting is very similar to claiming staking rewards for things like SPS. Players will submit an operation to the Hive blockchain indicating they wish to harvest their production, and the system will calculate the amount of resources they have earned since the last harvest and credit their account. Harvesting may be done on a plot-by-plot basis, or it may also be done at the region level, which will harvest the resources from all of the current players' plots within that region simultaneously. Harvesting can be done as often as once per hour or as little as once per week. In future phases, storage requirements will limit how long players can wait between harvests, but for Phase 1.5, an artificial limitation of 7 days will be placed on harvesting. This means that any resources not harvested within 7 days will be lost. When harvesting, the algorithm will look at the amount of PP per hour generated by the plots being harvested and multiply that by the number of total hours since the last time that plot was harvested. Then that will be used to determine the amount of the specific resource produced from that plot over that time based on the individual formulas for each resource. Next, the harvesting algorithm will look at whether or not the player has enough DEC tokens staked in the region and enough grain in the region to cover the power and food requirements for the workers. If the player does not have enough DEC staked, then the entire harvest output will be reduced proportionally. For example, if the player has 75% of the total staked DEC that is required, then the harvest output will be reduced by, I think that's supposed to be 25%. The same check will also be done for grain. However, the players will have a setting that they can enable that can auto-purchase additional grain for DEC at the base price of 1 DEC per grain if enough liquid DEC is available in the player's account. If the player has this setting disabled or does not have enough liquid DEC in their account, then the harvest output will be reduced proportionally. Please note that when harvesting for multiple plots at the same time, plots producing grain will automatically be harvested first so that the grain harvested can be used to cover the food requirements for other plots if necessary. The harvesting algorithm will also determine whether the player has discovered any totem fragments. For more information on that, go there. Anytime a change is made to a plot that affects the amount of PP generation per hour of that plot, staking or unstaking of cards, totems, titles, etc., then a harvest will be triggered for that plot automatically. Similarly, if the total amount of DEC staked by the player in a particular region changes, then a harvest will automatically be triggered for all of that player's plots in that region. This is necessary to ensure that the PP per hour generated by each plot remains the same for the entire harvest period, so any changes will trigger a harvest and begin a new harvest period going forward. Taxes. In Phase 1.5, a 10% tax will be collected on all resource production by the local castles and keeps. The taxes go towards paying for the infrastructure and shared services provided by the castles and keeps and each region. The owners of the castles and keeps will have the opportunity to capture a portion of these taxes, and the rest will be burned. In Phase 2, it is planned that players within each region will have the opportunity to contribute resources to upgrade sub-buildings in their local castles and keeps, which will allow them to reduce the overall tax rate and or earn some of the income themselves. Okay, that's cool. Probably based on the level of the castles and keeps is how much of that they get to keep, but I like the fact that the rest gets burned. As mentioned in the original post about totems from way back in 2020, scholars expect that there are around 30,000 to 50,000 additional totems still scattered across the lands, which may be discovered over time by the new landowners as they work the land to mine and harvest resources. Based on the age of the totems and the level of volcanic and seismic activity in the area, many totems may be buried deep underground, and they expect it will take years for all of the remaining totems to be discovered. Players will begin to find fragments of these lost totems within the Land Phase 1-5 release in the normal course of producing resources on their land plots. Fragments will have the typical 4 rarities, and multiple of the same rarity will need to be combined together to create a full totem, which will be equivalent to the other totems that the players already have. Totem fragments will be treated as tokens and can be transferred, bought, sold, and traded just like the full totems currently can be. In Phase 1-5, the chance of finding a totem fragment will be 0.0007% per 1,000 base PP per hour. This means that a plot with 6,000 base PP per hour will have roughly a 0.1% chance of finding a fragment every day. Assuming 100k land plots are actively being worked with an average of 6,000 base PP per hour, that comes to roughly 100 totem fragments discovered per day on average. This is a very slow rate on purpose, as the chances of finding fragments will increase considerably in Phase 2, as land can be built out much more, and we want to ensure that the 30 to 50k additional totems mentioned in the above post still take a number of years to be fully discovered. Players will receive any totem fragments found on their land plots during the harvesting process. Once a totem fragment is found, the percent chance of it being a particular rarity and the number of each rarity of fragment required to combine together to create a full totem are shown in the following table. I think the fragments should be the same across rarities. That's just me, though. I mean, just because it's a legendary rarity doesn't mean that the fragment is actually a larger percentage of the whole totem. There are also a few ways to boost your chances of finding totem fragments and of finding higher rarity totem fragments. Alpha, beta, untamed gold foils naturally produce higher chances of finding fragments since they provide significantly more PP than their newer and regular foil counterparts. Additionally, any land plot with a Rooney working on it Additionally, any land plot with a Rooney working on it will not only have double the normal chances of finding a fragment, but also double the chances that that fragment is rare, epic, or legendary. Finally, land plots with a magical resource and occupied land plots will also have double the normal chances of finding a fragment. This will be additive to the Rooney bonus, so a magical or occupied land plot with a Rooney working on it will have a 3x normal chance of finding a fragment. Instead of reducing the amount of time that construction takes, which is very variable depending on the worker cards used, each time crystal token will provide 10,000 PP towards a construction project. In Phase 1-5, the only available construction project will be clearing the land. Clearing a common rarity natural land plot will take 1.5 million PP in total, so 150 time crystal tokens may be spent to complete it immediately. No worker cards, stake DEC, or grain will be needed if time crystals are used to complete the construction. Time crystals will be tradable, transferable tokens that players can buy and sell on third-party markets such as Hive Engine. Time crystals will also be available to purchase at any time from the local castle by burning 100 DEC or DECB per token. The name time crystals, like most everything else, is potentially subject to change. When the exploration companies launch their expeditions to survey the land, they will discover ancient structures, mighty castles, and smaller keeps hidden deep within the wilds of Pretoria. Battle mages may find that their plots contain one of these ancient buildings during the surveying process. In spite of their great age, these structures are held intact by a powerful magic that also binds them to one another, allowing communication and even transportation between them. It is unknown who built them or why they were erected, but they seem to be placed in specific and purposeful locations around the continent, creating a magical network that spans from coast to coast. Each tract of land, 100 contiguous plots, will contain exactly one plot with either a castle or a keep on it, and there is only one castle in each region. This means that with each region there will be exactly 9 keeps and 1 castle. As the battle mages lay claim to these structures, an organization will be formed to keep their incredible powers secret. Many landowners will dedicate their resources to protect Pretoria from those who would seek to take it from them, using the magic of these castles and keeps to meet danger wherever it may arrive. In time, this organization will become known as the League of Verico. Verico? I don't know. Land plots with either a castle or a keep will still require cards to work on them, a power source and or Rooney, and staked DEC in order to produce resources for the plot owner. However, they will not need to be cleared like other plots, and they produce resources in a different way. Rather than producing resources directly like the cards working on other land plots, cards working in a castle or keep building will instead work to maintain and operate the magical network between the buildings throughout the continent. In doing so, they will retain a portion of the resource production taxes collected from the other land plots in the tract or region for the castle or keep owner. Please note that any resources collected via taxes which are not captured by a castle or keep owner will be burned. The total resource production tax rate is 10% for all grain, SPS, and resource produced on land plots. See 20% of that total tax income in each of those three resources from all land plots within the entire region, except for the keeps, is available to be earned by the castle owner. This means that a castle owner has the potential to earn up to 2% of all of the resource production from the other 990 plots in the region, 1,000 plots in total, minus 10 with a castle or keep, which doesn't directly generate resources. Put another way, a castle owner has the potential to earn resources equivalent to nearly 20 other plots. Yeah, that's pretty sick. The amount of the tax receipts that are captured by the workers in a castle is determined by the production point output of those workers using the following formula. Alright, so we are starting with plus 100,000 on the PP. Tax receipts times 0.2, which is 20%, times PowerPoint divided by PowerPoint's plus 100. Alright, so yeah, that's a sharp curve. So 500,000 is still going to get you a little less than 15%. And you're never going to get to 20%. Even if you're at 2 million, you're still only at like 19. As mentioned above, the total resource production tax is 10% for all grain, SPS, and research produced on land plots. 50% of that total tax income in either of those three resources from all other land plots within the tract is available to be earned by a keep owner. This means that a keep owner has the potential to earn up to 5% of all of the resource production from the other 99 plots in the tract. Put it another way, a keep owner has the potential to earn resources equivalent to nearly 5 other plots. The amount of the tax receipts that are captured by the workers in a keep is determined by the production output. Okay, so again, same thing. Oh, except that that's a 50,000. Okay, so you only need 1 million to be at like 19%. While it may at first appear that keep owners receive more than castle owners for the same worker cards, please keep in mind that castle owners receive a cut of the taxes from 10 times more plots than keep owners do, as they collect from the entire region, whereas keep owners only collect from the tract. Yeah, so you're getting a higher percentage on the keeps, but you're getting a higher percentage of a lower number. As part of Land Phase 1.5, we plan to build the first version of an internal automated market-making system with a single trading pair of grain and DEC. This would work very similarly to services like Uniswap on Ethereum or diesel pools on Hive Engine, where players can add liquidity in equal dollar values of grain and DEC, which would then allow other players to swap out one token for the other. Each swap would have a 10% fee that is taken out in DEC and paid to the liquidity providers in proportion to the amount of liquidity they have provided compared to the total liquidity in the system. Some players may note that 10% is quite high for a swap fee, however, this is very different than a typical DeFi token swap protocol. As we are trying to model the land expansion loosely off of what a real-life physical economy might look like in Pretoria, selling grain involves things like labor, transportation costs, taxes, etc., which are all part of the fee. In future phases, the plan is that players within a region can contribute resources to improve the infrastructure in their region to get cheaper taxes and better transportation options, and will obtain lower fees as a result. One interesting thing to note is that providing liquidity will be one of the only ways that players will be able to directly earn DEC tokens in the entire game. Okay, I like but I don't like this. There needs to be burning happening on these transactions. Even if it's a 10% fee that is taken and then 10% of that gets burned, meaning 1% of every transaction gets burned, there needs to be fucking burning. Everything within the land expansion will be managed on a region-by-region basis. In Phase 1.5, this means that grain is harvested by a particular region will be available to be used only in that same region. If a player owns plots in different regions and they want to transfer grain between one region and another, or if they want to transfer grain to another player, regardless of the region, they must use the transportation system. Transporting grain, the only resource available for transport in Phase 1.5, will require a 12.5% fee, which will be taken out of the total grain received by the recipient, and that grain will be burned. In Phase 1.5, the transportation will happen instantly. However, this may change in Phase 2 as a more robust transportation system is built out. Additionally, ships will be available to transport the grain out of Praetoria entirely and off to the other worlds such as Hive Engine. In this case, a 15% fee will be charged and will be deducted from the amount of grain received on the external platform. This fee will only apply for transfers out to external platforms, and there will be no fee for inbound transfers. Transfers to or from external platforms will also be instant or as quickly as the bridge can process them, and all fees collected will be burned. The fee is purposely higher for transfers to external platforms to encourage the use of the internal market as much as possible. As noted in the internal market section above, the fees for transportation and bridging will be able to be reduced in future land phases by upgrading the infrastructure available within each region. To protect Praetoria and hide the incredible powers of castles and keeps from outsiders, land-owning battle mages will form a secret organization known as the League of Veriko. Those who join it all swear by 3 tenets: dedication to the cause, contribution to the cause, and loyalty through action. Membership will be reserved for battle mages with a significant stake in land on Praetoria, and its rank structure will reflect ownership and participation in the land expansion. Land Phase 1.5 will introduce a new kind of cosmetic player title that will precede players' account names. These titles will be known as prefix titles and will be able to be used alongside of the existing postfix titles that come after the name. Players will be able to earn these new titles through their level of ownership and participation in the land expansion. These titles will not only be cosmetic, however, they will also grant a bonus to the number of reward points earned by the players in ranked battles. Please note that these titles will not be tradable NFTs like the other titles. They will be automatically assigned to players' accounts when they have met the requirements listed below, and will also be automatically removed if the requirements become unmet at any time. The available titles, however, they can be earned. The estimated total of quantity that can be earned and the boost to reward points are shown in the table below. Please note that if a player earns multiple titles by owning both a castle and a keep, for example, only the highest applicable title will be used. So Warden is 5+, Marshal is a keep, Runeguard is 5+ Runies, Sentinel is castle owner, Magister is 5 most RP. Well, no, number 2 to number 6 in RP. No, most research points earned in each territory is Overseer, and Vonarch is the most research points total. While this may come a bit later than the rest of the features in this document, we would like to allow for players to rent cards and rent staked DEC to be used on their land plots. Until such a system is released, only cards and DEC directly owned by players will be able to be used on land. In order for card rentals to work on land, the card owner will need to indicate if they wish to make their card rentals available for land or not at the time they are listed. If a player rents a card that is available for land, the land plot on which it is working should be specified in the rental transaction, and it will be immediately staked on that plot. When renting a card to be used as a worker on a land plot, the renter must pay for an extra 3 days on top of the normal rental price to cover the 3-day cooldown that occurs when a card is removed from a land plot. If the card owner cancels the rental, then the extra 3-day fee is returned to the renter, but otherwise it is paid out to the card owner when the rental ends, either when it expires or is canceled by the renter. We are also hoping to add a system for renting out DEC to be used for the DEC requirements on land, and more details on that will be available as it gets closer to release. Alright, and it looks like that is actually the end of the land white paper. Let's launch another game. Alright. Silent Summoners counterspell, no healing, 34 mana. Fire or water, no earth. Everything else is good. Silent Summoners means Crutch. When he is available, he is the only option. Oh, no heals. Okay. It's like, wait a minute. Why the hell? There we go. Harklaw. We go Octopider. No, actually, I don't like the marks right here. I guess we can put him on the back in case of sneak. Pump up that Octopider. And he brought sneak, so that's a good thing. Especially when he brought 3 of them. Wow. Just melted. Jesus Christ with the fucking poison. And the misses. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Fucking bullshit. Yeah, I said fucking battle. Let's go. Okay. Ferocity. Keep your distance. Odd ones out. 55 mana. Well, that is not nearly as good for my regular team, but... I think we got this one. Oh shit. All right. We haven't done any faucet work tonight. I don't actually think that one's a basketball, but wow, this is definitely AI drawn bullshit. Like, these are not fucking basketballs. Alright, finish your load. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make myself an ice cream cookie. Alright, still didn't send, so I'm guessing that it's gone. Next, spin to win. Let's check on the banks. Whoa, what the fuck? Fuck. Still no wax from Pixtology, huh? That was good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we almost got a quarter of a woo. I'm sure it's been a couple of days since we checked in, but... Yeah, I'm going to actually stop staking that. I'm going to start selling it off. Or maybe we'll start putting it in LPs. Probably just sell it, though. We'll keep restaking what we're actually staking, but... Alright. Black Lotus proxy vote claim. Oh, look at that. We are just about running out of coffee. Which is good timing because I got a bunch of fucking work to do. So I'll be making another pot here in a little bit. Alright. Now, log in. Damn, that was a good fucking ice cream sandwich. That was probably the best ice cream sandwich I've ever fucking had. Between fresh baked cookies and... Welcome back, Noobman Co. How are you doing today? I'm not too shabby. Just read through the Land 1.5 white paper, so really wish that I had some land. But, you know, aside from that, pretty decent. I'm going through the faucets right now. We're probably going to call it before too long. I've got a lot of other shit I got to do tonight, but... Thank you for joining us. You are my second viewer all day, and I think the only one since we started almost 2 hours ago. Like, someone was in here just for the first couple of minutes and then never even responded when I said hello. So, yeah, that's always fun. Makes you feel great about what you're doing, right? Vicious with Rising Star, oh yeah? If you expect me to remember back that far, Dave, I have no idea. Although, welcome. Man, watching everybody win fucking legendaries on fucking Splinterlands TV is just... it's disheartening. Well, if it was a spin, it probably wasn't a card. It was probably tokens. But I don't even know when you're talking about, because I don't remember the last time that you... like, I remember that there have been a couple of claims with the channel points, but yeah, most of the time it's tokens. Yeah, and I think you got like 20 star bits. Yeah, last week or the week before, something like that. I know you did fairly recently. Yeah, that's why you didn't see a card. I mean, I'm sure we can go find it if you want me to look it up. Oh, it looks like I won't be raiding into Splinterlands TV when we end. Well, we're like 25% of the way there. Or, no. We're like 1/25th of the way there. Yeah, this is ridiculous. All right, we're gonna get rid of that. All right, faucet. We'll check waxiest. I don't expect it to work, but yep, didn't think so. All right, realm, rising star, NFD. Haven't been on any of them tonight. Haven't been on realm in days. All right, we're gonna upgrade factory. Probably can't do that one. Nope. Okay, unlucky and unlucky. Can't say I expected anything other than that. All right. Millionaire. check record staking, see if we got anything new to drop 6K on. And while that's loading, we will print and prod. Move. Sorry, deal. Then move. And then claim. All right, next up. All right. Beautiful. Our staking is actually starting to look pretty freaking good here. Yeah, we're not getting all that much out of a lot of them, but I mean, 400 there on 5,000, not bad. Mostly just putting shit in here as a way to not spend it. 15, 20, 31, 41, 51, 60, 70, 80, 90, 101, 11 T1. Looks like 11T6,000. Nice. You're buying tokens? What are you buying tokens for? I can just sell you a pizza box. All right, I need 487 more nightmare packs, like right now. That sucks. All right, Soulkeep closed beta post. Welcome to our closed beta. Beta access will be available starting on March 21st, 2023, aka 2 days from now. For now, we're keeping the Club of Soul Keepers fairly exclusive, with our goal to get high-level feedback, make sure the levels feel balanced, and introduce the overall quality of the gameplay. Anyone with 500 Nightmare Packs can get in on the ride. Closed beta features free play with no NFTs necessary for this initial beta. Also, no earnings for now, alas. An engaging first time experience will introduce you to our blind narrator and her prematurely departed little sister. You will learn how to close out your senses and enter the nightmare realm, where you can muster the power to summon towers and spells. 12 levels of varying difficulty, giving you a taste of 10 towers, a handful of spells, and 2 factions of fiends, the Bloodborne and the Ghastly, each with their share of special abilities and stubborn bosses. To celebrate this milestone, we plan to release a special pack promotion to the community soon, so be on the lookout in the next week or two. Well, what do you want? Or what do you got? I'll trade a pizza box for a Soul Keep pack, a Nightmare pack. Here, just go. hive-engine.com/trade/nightmare. Oh, never mind. The fuck? Yeah, okay, so the nightmare's got to be all caps. Okay, what other games do we got here? Oh yeah, we can look at TerraCore. Alright, attack left, yes. Okay, excellent. No, five hive, not $5. They're 5,000 DEC and a voucher if you buy them from the game. Okay, I hit you. You've got 1.48. Why am I only taking 47? That's ridiculous. I guess I gotta read the fucking white paper on this or something. I don't know why it's acting like that. Okay, 14.755. Excellent. That means tomorrow we should be able to up our defense again. Yeah. I mean, that'd be all right. Like regular hive or like swap hive? Target practice, Briar Patch, up to 11, 57 mana, Fire Death Dragon. Definitely put Harklaw up front. Prismatic Energy. Snock Duskblight. Phantom Soldier. Octopider. Why are you low level here? Okay. Yeah, I can still work with that. Yeah, send it. Frickin' blast. Wow, we're just gonna get melted here, aren't we? Yep, I guess so. Fuck! God fucking damn it! Alright, Broken Arrows, 54 mana, no water. Opponent's probably playing Waka. Yep, we lose again. Love it! It's my favorite fucking shit! Just fuck me every goddamn which way. Fucking win one game, lose 32. Alright, yeah, you want to send that over? I'll go ahead and send you out the pizza box. Oh, wow. That bar's filling up. Boom, boom. Let's see if it's going to let us into Splinter Forge today. Probably not. It's been a little while since we came in. And it's looking like a negative. Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. On the Mountain. ONTHEMOUNTAIN. Ugh. On its way. Good trade, sir. And hopefully it's full too, because most of mine were. I hope you get it with a free piece of pizza in there, because you deserve it. Now, all right, we're going to Hive Engine here. We're gonna go back to Nightmare Packs. We're gonna buy one of them bitches. 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 And then we're going to go get some Astra with the rest, since that airdrop happens tomorrow. Send Nightmare into Splinterlands. Yes. Astra, here we go. No, that needs to go to Stakes. Astra, put it in there. Yep, we can stake the Alive as well. Yep, we'll stake the BXT. Yep, we'll stake the PGM. THG can stay, B can stay, 1 up. Yeah, we can stake that. Alright, Leo, yeah, we'll stake that. SPT, yes. Weed Mega Miner, yes. No to ink, no, don't care, don't care, don't care, no, 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 yes. Try and get all of these minor tokens back into staking. Increase them there, those type passives. Passives. Why was I not already on staking meme? That sounds wrong. Spackle Miner. Weed Miner. Alright, now let's go swap. And let's resources, LP tracker. Add liquidity. First thing is going to be WineX. Don't have any WineX. Okay. Swap wine to WineX. 0.06. 0.06. Fuck it, 0.007. Yeah! Big moves. Rah! Yeah, actually, before we do that, well, it's too late to do it before we do that, but we also need to Splex. We need to pull from the other accounts. Hopefully it's more than, one or two. Excellent, 306. I'll take it. All right, now E-swap. Send you out. Where are you at in the game so far, noob man? And how much are you looking to spend? Because I can definitely help you out. But the easy answer is fans. But I can get a lot more customized than that as far as, like, what specifically you're going to want to keep moving forward. Okay, we did all that. Swap. Add liquidity. All right, we got PCAM, SPS. We already did. All right, Forge. All right, Swap Hive DEC. We actually need to remove 200,000 starbits to use. And what level are you? Oh no. Level 8. Okay, so you're just getting started. Go to... actually hit bang RSG. We'll give you this link. rsgfam.com. And you can go to shop and click on fans. This is going to show you the best deals on fans. Buy yourself less than 1,000 fans. Like, come here to the 885 fans for 56,000. That's going to be your best start right there. You don't want to go over 1,000 fans until you get to level 15. But pick up 885 fans, maybe another 100 after that. Like, just don't hit 1,000. Let's actually just go. And then you're going to want to pick what instrument you're doing for your lessons. I do guitar. You do whatever you would like. And you'll want to buy a bunch of them. You're also going to need an i6 guitar. It's the acoustic one. This one here, mid-range acoustic. You have to have that in order to move on to the second island. So pick up one of those, whatever other instruments you want. And I'd also get a cold pizza. And honestly, I've got one of these for you too if you want to do that. The cold pizza slice. Man, Forge price must have gotten fucking hammered lately. Okay, now we got that. You're done. Swap high voucher. How many do I have in here? 3.46. Fuck. Oh no. 1.4. So that's shit. Yeah, we're a ways off. All right. What's this? Nectar Queen. Haikyuu's B. PCAM we did. Forge Deeks we did. Swap Hive THG. No, no, cancel. Fuck that. We're gonna sell THG into Swap Hive. PLN and Cent as well. and woo. And LVL and buds. I know none of these are going to be worth very much, but it'll give us a little more swap hive to put into this shit that matters on the swap hive SPS, swap hive DEC, swap hive voucher fronts. Pretty sure we won't have enough sim. Oh, hey, look at that. Pimp we can do. Team PH, Lassie Cash. B, swap Bitcoin, beautiful. Yes. Yeah, RSG Fam is supported by Jux. It's not obviously one of his projects, but it is advertised within the game, and I've never had any problems with getting any cards there or anything like that. So you are safe to do so, yeah. My pleasure. And then in the top part where you clicked to look up the fans, you can also search by skill for your lessons on that one, and do the same thing to get the best price per luck on your instruments, sorted by what type you want to do for your lessons. NFT or RSG Fam is a great resource for stuff like that. Broneo. What other? Meme fun. Alright, now my positions. I forgot that we'd pulled all our swap hive out a couple days ago, so everything is kind of fucked up and shitty low from that. Alright, good night, noob man. Thanks for hanging. Have a good one. IQ's B. PKM SPS. Forge DEC. Swap hive THG. Swap hive PLN. Swap hive cent. Lassie Cash Puppy. Swap hive Sim. Swap hive Level. Bud swap hive. Meme fun. Swap pimp. Broneo. Team PH. Swap Lassie. IQ's Inc. BTC Weed. BTC Pob. capture an SPS. Delete rows. Alright, so now we got this updated. Oh, shit has gone down terribly. And now that Demore is... Oh, hey, what's good, Russ? I do sleep once in a while. It happens occasionally. I was actually just about to raid over into Demore. I got some work to do. I'll still not be going to sleep. But, here in a little bit, maybe. I gotta get some writing done, though. You're doing the not fun stuff? Well, I mean, yeah, usually. Either tracking the minutiae or, you know, getting my ass kicked in the game. Either way, you know, not fun stuff. This is Realm NFT. It's one that I'm kind of on my way out of. If you're interested in it, get started and I'll sell you all of my NFTs. I don't have a whole lot left, but got a little bit. Some equipment, some leaders, some boosts. I still love the game. It's just, it takes up a lot of time, like, throughout the day. And it was being a little bit too distracting from my other things that I gotta get done. So that's the only reason I'm kind of leaving it behind. Yeah, other than that, I actually really enjoyed the game. Bang Realm, or maybe it's Bang RLM. One of those will give you the link. There there isn't a referral for it or anything like that, but yeah. In the meanwhile, let's go ahead and do a game. I have a hard time learning new games. I don't even know how to start hash games. Oh yeah, it's starting to look real nice. 14,394. We're getting there, boys and girls. We're getting there. Welcome back. Um, Realm is fairly easy. I think it's simpler to pick up than Hash Kings. Hash Kings is they just really don't tell you about the water thing, and so you kind of. I did not like Hash Kings when I first started. I didn't last very long in that game because they really didn't tell you about the water thing, and so I ended up kind of wasting my first couple of rentals and whatnot, and it was just like, okay, well, fuck this game then. And I really haven't been back. We got Silent Summoners, Up Armored. Up Armored and Cripple is an interesting combination. Got fire, or no fire. Everything else is available. Yeah, Realm is kind of in between them. It doesn't take like as long as Splinterlands does, like in terms of a session, but it's more like it doesn't take long to play, but you'll want to check in multiple times throughout the day, if that makes sense. I'm trying to sell my Forsaken stuff because of the well, I never play, but also because of the bullshit that they're continuously pulling with the community and the fucking loot and whatnot. I love how even with the dodge and the blind and the same speed, you've got 100% accuracy. Like, it's been all night, man. This fucking accuracy bullshit. I literally had the fastest monster on the entire board not get missed a single time. A couple of times tonight. Oh, the loot halving was unexpected. This time when I went to collect my loot, it got cut by 9/10. I went from 750 to 375. Today I got 37.5. So yeah, I'm fucking done with that shit. Fucking done with that shit. You got 37.5 today? Yeah, that's not okay. Even if they'd fucking drop the packs by 10 times again. Like, that's not okay. Although I guess I should check it out, because if they did drop the prices on the packs again, I might be able to buy a few now. Because I did have, like, I kept putting my loot into the liquidity pools. There's still 25,000 packs. Or 25,000 loot per pack. Wow. Yeah, this is fucking bullshit. I'm done. Done with this shit. Actually, you know what? I think we have made some sales lately, so I think we'll have some room to be able to list more. Let's sort by highest suggested price. Over 400 NFTs to try and sell? Where's the bot? What do you mean, where's the bot? A bot to sell? If such a thing exists, I'm intrigued. Yeah, I don't know nothing about a sell bot. Would definitely be cool. Yes, I think you can do a do that. I guess I should have thought of that as well, huh? I don't really know how to do that, but I know that it can be done. You can sell as a package somehow. What did you do with your loot as you collected it? Did you sell it off? Oh, you never even spent anything either? Damn. Well, I mean, it might actually be worth more now if they're making it harder to get. Let's take a look at Alcor, shall we? Might also be worth way less because they're chasing a lot of people out of the game, so a lot of people are selling their shit. Um, prices are going up. Yep, that's exactly it. And it takes too long to play Blitz, too. Especially for it being just RNG. Like, you're not wrong, bruh. I think I am going to go ahead and send... Alright, now let's swap. Put swap wax into swap hive. All right, Russ, have a good night. Meanwhile, I want to know where the fuck my swap wax is. Yeah, actually, it's time for me to go ahead and raid into Demore.
Alrighty, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out. As always, I have been Rick. You have been on the mountain, and it has been a wonderful time. When we get over to Splinterlands TV, I will, of course, go ahead and drop that link in the chat for you. Please make sure that you follow it so your views count for the channel. And I will see y'all right back here again tonight and over on Splinterlands TV about an hour and a half ago tomorrow. And in the meanwhile, you keep kicking all that ass, because you're fucking awesome. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube or on the replay, please make sure to go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, and also be awesome, because